morning. It's January 16, 10 past 8 in the morning, and it has been a snowy morning here in London, as you can see outside. And today I will show you how to do a home test kit, how to perform a home test kit that has been provided for us. One of the higher ups nurses has shown us how to do it, and then we have to show it to our team. But actually it comes with instructions, and we were given a PowerPoint presentation on how to do it at home as well. It's very easy, and that's one of the advantages. Later on I will tell you what my thoughts are with regards to the advantages and possibly disadvantage, if there is, with this home test. Well, basically, we personally, I'm very thankful that we were given this, because mainly I think that what they were pointing out is that even though the very fact that you can still be positive and at the same time not showing any symptoms, the risk of passing it on to other members of the staff, your colleagues, is very much possible actually. So this prevents it from happening, because if you're going to be positive with this home test kit, even though you are asymptomatic, that means you're not showing any symptoms of coronavirus infection, then you don't have to go to work. You have to contact we have to contact our managers, or whoever is our direct line manager. For me, it's my matron. So my members of my team will then have to contact me, and then I advise them to contact our OcuHealth to do the proper test, the swab test that is being done. So this is a SARS-Cov-2 antigen rapid qualitative test. This is what it's called, but we call it home test kit. Actually, home test, so easier to remember. Comes in a box, and then here there is a lot number and expiration number. This is very important, because when we distribute it to our members, we have to note it online, so that the results can be traced, because we were asked that every single time we do our test, which is about 2 to 3 times in every week, 3 to 4 days, every 3 to 4 days, so that's twice a week, we need to register it online. So first is that you have the cartridges, which is inside here. Basically, it looks like a pregnancy test, the cartridge inside. So I will do a test later, and I will show you what it looks like. So this is the cartridge inside. Then you have the extraction tube. So here, so there are the extraction tubes. There are 25 pieces here. So if it's like twice a week, then this whole test is good for 12 weeks. Because if there are 25 tests that we can do, then it's good for 3 months or 12 weeks. Then extraction tube, the extraction solution, there are 2 here. Here, extraction solution. Then you've got the instruction for use, the one that is in front, and you've got qualification certificate, it's inside, and you've got the throat swab or the nose swab. It's the same swab. So that's about it. So when we were given a training, it's 2 parts. One is you swabbing yourself, then doing the test afterwards. So one thing is, you cannot use it for your family members. You need to use it for your own, because this has been registered under your name, and this is just for the staff. So say your housemate or the one on your safety bubble is symptomatic, then on your test, then you will be able to know whether you got it or not. And basically, if you follow the rules, if one of your housemates is symptomatic, you also shouldn't go to work. You also need to isolate depending on when symptoms have started. So you need to follow what is the guidance. So but that's what it is. Whoever, if you're living with someone, say for myself, I live with my husband, and if my husband is symptomatic, then I should also isolate. And if I become symptomatic, he should also isolate. So that's the rule. This one is, even if I'm not symptomatic and I still turn out to be positive, then I protect the people that I am going out. If I go out and I did not test myself and I am positive, then I'm passing it on to somebody else, and that person might be symptomatic. So that is the main advantage of this. So let's see. I've shown you the things inside, and the second part is doing the test itself. So what needs to be done is that first you need to swab yourself. So I actually asked the question whether I need to wear a what you call this. This is a clean technique. This is not an aseptic technique. That means that it doesn't have to be sterile, but it is necessary to make sure that there are warnings which you should not touch, which you shouldn't touch the edge or something like that. So just follow that, and as much as possible, if you have gloves though, you can use, but if you don't have to really procure for yourself. Okay, so that's what we were told during the training. It may be different from other trusts, so this is just what I have been trained. Okay, so using the swab, what I normally do is I prepare my extraction tube and the things here first before I do the swab, because it's easier that way. So here, this is the extraction tube, and you see the cover, that the one you need to put it there. You don't touch the edge, just touch the handle. Okay, so what I normally do is, so this is the extraction solution, sorry. So the extraction solution, the instruction is to put 6 drops on the extraction tube. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's it. So 6 drops, and then it's helpful if you have a rack to make, because you can't place this on the table since it's it won't stand on its own. It's best if you have something to put it like it so it can stand on its own, but I don't have that. What I can do is I can just hold it by myself, and I have been used to doing this already, so it's easy now. So I'm now gonna open my cartridge. It has a wedge, so it's easily you can easily open it. So as much as possible, I won't touch any part of it except for this side. So it looks like a pregnancy test, just like what I said to you. Oh, does it focus? Okay, but what it is like, it has a C, T, and S. That means that where the S is, you put the specimen, then you see, can you see it? Oh, I'm so sorry. So the one near my hand is the S. is where I need to put my specimen later. So now I'm going to collect the specimen. I'm still holding the extraction tube on my hand with the extraction solution. Now I'm opening the sampling swab. See what I mean by you need to have a rock to put this, but I don't have any. Sorry. Oh dear me. Okay, so you peel this off. It's important you open it on the not on the tip where the swab is, because you shouldn't be touching the swab. Okay, so I'm on the handle side. Okay, if I pull it out, I should be careful not to touch this very end. This should only touch my nostrils where I will need to collect the sample. So the instruction is, so I'll show you first on this. I don't know if you can see, but there's like how do you say it? It's the end of a cotton bud. Okay, the instruction is inserted up to 2.5 cm, that's about an inch, from the edge of the nostril. So from the edge of the nostril, go 2 to 2.5 cm. So I'm going to do that now. This is very uncomfortable. Oh my goodness me. Should roll the swab 5 times to make sure that you are able to get all the necessary antigens. Oh my goodness, it's not really comfortable. Swab that had been collected into the specimen into the extraction tube. Hold and press the swab head against the wall of the tube while rotating the swab for about 10 seconds to release the antigen into the extraction tube. So that's why you need to have a timer, because you need 10 seconds to be able to dissolve this here. So you put it here and then you press. Then for 10 seconds, 1, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010. So then what you do as possible and dispose the swab. So squeeze it. So because this extraction tube is quite soft, when you squeeze it, you're actually removing the liquid from the edge of the swab, so that understood that all the antigens is now on the extraction solution. And how you dispose this, so what I'm still holding the extraction tube, I go back and put it back to the wrapper that I have opened it from, and basically insert it back. For me, that's what I do. Okay, so it's back here. So even if I put it in the table, I'm sure that it won't contaminate my table because it's inside already. Okay, I'm still holding this. Then removing the swab, install the nozzle cup onto the extraction tube. So the nozzle cup onto the extraction tube. So just flip it over and then press on the edge, not touching the tip of the nozzle cup. Okay, so it will look like this now. Notice that I never remove this from my hand. Okay, I never I did not put it on the table or anything, because I didn't want to tip off the liquid inside. So Okay, then loading 2 drops of extraction solution into the sample well of the test cartridge. So remember our test cartridge, so I'll put it on the S part. S, can you see? So 2 drops, okay, 2 drops, 1, 2. So basically you don't need this anymore. You can throw this away. There are still some liquid inside. You don't need it anymore. Okay, read the results at 20 to 30 minutes. So as you can, if you can see, it's starting to read. To dispose this, I put it back to the cartridge packaging, still not touching the edge of the nozzle. So that when I throw it away, I did not touch any of the liquid. Okay, so that's why I said that you don't need to use gloves if you're very careful. So the time is 8:30 now, so I will time it for 20 to 30 minutes. As you can see, it's already starting to read, and I will tell you later what's the result. Okay, I'll tell you later what's the result. After you get your result, you need to log it online, and this is the website on the link that we were given, so that it will be monitored. You know, they won't just give you this home test for nothing. They need to monitor whether we are actively using it, because it also helps in preventing the spread of infection in the whole trust, really. So that's basically the reason why we need to log it on. And also I want to show you the result, how it's being interpreted. So it's here, the interpretation of results. So negative if it's only the C part or the control part. Yeah, and then positive if both you've got 2 lines there. Whether the other one, there are 2, because the other one, if you can see the T part, it's a bit fading, it's a bit fading. And then there's an invalid one when the line is on the T, or there's no line at all. So you just have to redo the test if that's the case. So yeah, so the positive test for the presence of SARS-CoV-2 antigen indicate the presence of viral antigens. Negative test results are presumptive, and negative results do not preclude infection and should not be used as the sole basis for treatment or other patient management decisions. So in our website, they also stipulated that even though you test positive in your home test kit, but you feel like you're not really feeling well, and you feel like you know yourself how to evaluate whether you are not really up to your premium function, so you still can ask for a swab test, which they have also provided the phone numbers to contact in our COVID hotlines in the hospital. So there's no you can always ask them, you can always ask for advice, and they will give you advice, and most probably they will do the swab for you. And also the government, in the government's website, you can also request for a home test kit. I think I've done the video before about the home test kit that the government has provided, and I think that is more complicated, to be honest. Not really that much, but the complicated in the sense that there are so many steps. At the same time, the main disadvantage is you have to wait for them to text you what's the result. This one, it's immediate. It's like 20 to 30 minutes and you will have your test, but that is more accurate than this though. So this is just like a guide for you, that if you in every 2 to 3 every 3 days, it's a constant check whether you are positive or not, even though you are not showing any symptoms. So that's the positive side. Another I think another, not negative, but another thing is you can't use it to your family members whom you think are symptomatic. You can only use the test for yourself. But if you're a family, like I said, if your family member of the person you are living with in your support bubble is symptomatic, you should also not go to work. Immediately you need to contact your manager, and we are instructed to do that. We need to contact our manager and ask advice from our COVID hotline. So most probably they will swab you and at the same time your family member. So that's a bit that's a very helpful thing to do anyway. So yeah, I'm just waiting for another, how many minutes? 7 minutes to check the result. See you later. So 23 minutes have passed. So that's our result. I'm negative for my home test. So I'm also not showing any symptoms. I don't have cough, I don't have fever, I'm not feeling unwell at the moment. So I'm sure that I'm 90% sure. So I'm confident that when I go to work, then I'm not carrying I'm not positive at all, so I'm not going to pass anything to my colleagues. So that's the most important thing. Thank you. Bye.